Hey guys. Okay, so what you're fixing to see here is Valero Refinery being well behaved. I'll be honest about it. But there's more to the story, and I'm going to give you that here in just a second. But before I get to that, I wanted to say that typically my interactions with Valero and its employees are relatively favorable. I can tell you that unlike Shell, Valero hires real, knowledgeable, professional staff. Now, on for the rest of the story. Unfortunately, the gentleman you're going to see in this video has some issues. I intentionally lured him out and so I could chat with him and maybe find a way to resolve the issue that brought me there. But unfortunately, that's wasn't possible. So what this gentleman, his name is Gene. He's the safety/security supervisor there at the Valero plant in Houston, and by all accounts does a good job. However, there is an issue. They have these signs in the plant that have radar built into them, and he watches these signs. He'll stand near the sign and he'll catch somebody. The speed limit in the plant is 10 miles an hour, and if he catches you doing 11 miles an hour, he pulls your driving privileges in the plant. So here are the issues with this. Okay, number one, these signs are not intended to track speed, with that kind of accuracy. They're not certified for tracking speed like that. If you have a radar gun or anything like that, you actually have to send it in periodically for calibration so that you know that it's accurate, and you check the calibration every time before you use it. All right. So far as I can tell, Gene is not even certified to operate a speed tracking device. All right, and there's a reason that you need that certification. It's so that you understand, when it comes to radar, you need to understand the Doppler effect, how it functions. You need to understand lines of delineation, and there's so much more. It's not just a thing that you pick up and operate and start taking people's driving privileges from them. That's wrong. Additionally, the speedometers in these vehicles. All right, I have a GPS function in my cameras and my dash cams, and so I'm always watching to see the difference in the speed that I'm driving versus what my speedometer shows. And I can tell you that under 15 miles an hour, my speedometer is way off. And so the vehicles these people are driving are typically, at slow speeds. They're not going to have accurate speedometers in them. There have been people, so most of the people that drive in the plant are transportation. So if he pulls your driving privileges because you're doing 1 mile an hour over the speed limit, and that's what he does, is, if you're doing 11 in a 10, he takes your driving privileges. So if he takes your driving privileges, you cannot do transportation in the plants anymore. Okay, so there have been single parent of 3, as a matter of fact, that was fired because they lost their driving privileges in the plant for doing 11 mile an hour in a 10 mile an hour zone. I don't control what goes on inside that plant, but wrong is wrong, and this is wrong. I can understand if you were doing 20 or 25 in a 10, hey, I got it. All right. But 11, 12 mile an hour, the signs are not reading correctly. The speedometer is not reading correctly. This is why when police use radar, they give you a certain amount, usually it's 8 to 10 mile an hour over before they start writing tickets. Okay, it's because of speedometer error and the possibility that they're their device may be reading off a little bit as well. All right. To pull somebody's driving privileges and cost them their job for 1 mile an hour, it's unconscionable. Okay, it's unfortunate. And again, guys, other than this fact, other than this issue, you're going to see my interaction with Gene, and you'll see that, you know, it was a favorable interaction. So that's it, guys. Here's the video.
All right. You don't want Google?
Hathaway, I'm the security manager for Valero.
I'm sorry, say again?
I'm Gene Hathaway. I'm the security manager for Valero.
Okay.
You can do whatever you want from public property. That's up to you. This is private property. The street is private property. Okay. You can please go across the street. I don't want any issues. Film whatever you want. Do whatever you want to do. But you have to do it from across the street, okay?
Well, actually, this part of the roadway here is public. So I'm done with you guys. I was leaving, I saw the Google car go down there, and I know that's a private street because I checked the GIS survey.
That's correct.
And I'm like, what the hell are they doing?
That's correct.
And now you'll be all over Google Street View and Google Earth and everything.
Well,
with that thing.
we can actually call the Coast Guard. Since you're filming the facility, this is a Maritime Transportation Security Act regulated facility.
Correct.
I have to call up Washington D.C. and advise the National Response Center that I had somebody filming my facility.
Nah, you don't have to do all
Yes,
that.
I do. It's regulated by it's regulated, so I have no choice but to do it.
Well,
that's what the regulation says. You're welcome to look it up. It's
okay.
the MTSA, the Maritime Transportation Security Act. Anybody who films a regulated facility I have to call it in. I have no choice but to call it in.
Okay, I'll have to look it up because I thought it was optional based on, you know, whether it looks suspicious or...
It's not optional.
I
don't know who you are. I never asked your name.
My name's David.
David, it's nice to meet you.
Gene?
Gene, yes.
Yeah.
I have no problem with anybody who films the facility. I don't know you. I don't know you personally. So I'm just going to make a telephone call and say some guy was filming the facility.
A guy named David. You can tell him named David. Yeah.
What they do is up to them.
So do y'all have these speed limit signs in there with the radar built into them? I actually know who you are.
Okay. Well,
yeah.
Then you probably know the answer to the question.
I do.
Okay.
But
then you don't need me to answer it, correct?
Well, I was asking for a reason. So I'm actually media, but
okay.
My point is, you know, those signs are not calibrated for speed sensing. They're just kind of a general calibration, and you know, car speedometers they don't really read well down around 10, 11 miles an hour. I understand that
Okay.
you have a habit of banning people driving within the facility, and those signs
What
show
happens?
speeds
What
of 11
happens
miles
inside
an hour.
this plant is personal and private information to the company. So I'm not going to comment on that. But you can do what you want to do inside of public property. If you say this is public property, that's fine with me.
Okay.
Just want to let you know. Stay on Stay on public property.
I'm done. I'm actually leaving. Like I said, I saw the Google car.
You want to order or something? I'm sure.
No.
It's
I'm
a hot
good.
day. You good?
I'm good. No,
Fantastic.
I'm good. No, like I said, I saw the Google car go down there. That's the only reason I'm still here.
Okay.
You know,
fantastic. And this is as you see, we have signs up. This is not a public street.
I see it.
We'll talk to Google and we'll deal with Google.
Yeah, and I did check the GIS survey, and you're correct. It's private down there. However, who mows the grass?
Who mows the grass?
Yeah, because I checked with City Works, and City Works said that they were mowing the grass out here.
I haven't seen City Works out here in a long time.
Okay. I need to double check with them because I wasn't sure. I checked with them first, you know, and then I checked the GIS survey, and it's kind of there's some confusing information there. But I'll get another look at it and talk to them. You know, because I mean, if we're mowing your grass, something's wrong.
I seriously doubt that.
Okay. Well, you have a good day, Gene.
You too. Be
all right.
careful, all right?
Yeah.